shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
To the inside, here's Payton. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Here is Rogers. 14 points from him the last game against Boston. And he uses the glass on the layup. Rogers has got his second bucket of the night.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
Rogers against Payton. Vucevic. And stolen by Mirotic. There's the pass to Portis. He dishes it to Freak. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Chicago.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Noah. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 8 points a game, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. I mean, he definitely liked to turn things around from last year. I mean, he really struggled, but hoping to make amends now.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, this team really needs his full contribution, and I think he understands that.
That free throw, no good. Pau Gasol is checked in for Chicago. And the Magic making a change here as well. Donald Sloan's checked in for Elfrid Payton. And he sinks the second. The Bulls leading by 5. 46 seconds left to play here in the first. Goes up at the stripe. That's short off the rim. Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to Minnesota.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a tough game, played in a tough environment on the road, and they were in it right until the bitter end, so that's good stuff.
Bulls shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And they shot their free throws at a measly 73% clip over the course of last season.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Rogers. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Hezonja. Picked by Vucevic. Down low. And he banks in the layup. Vucevic has got his second basket.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark. Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale the way going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for Mike Dunleavy, and Rogers subbed in for Derrick Rose. On the court for Orlando, Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Jennings out there with Watson, and it's Hezonja in at the small forward spot. Rogers passes to Butler. Goes up on the block, and he hits the jumper for 2. Butler's got the lead up to 14 now for Chicago.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Picked by Vucevic. Here's Hezonja. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. The Bulls leading by 14.
2 minutes, 2-1.
Freak dishes to Mirotic. And a wide open look for Freak. Orlando grabs the miss. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. 1:33 left to play here in the half. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Vucevic with the bucket.
Well, they need those kinds of plays right now. I mean, smart defense generating some offense.
And really, Clark, that's the way you get yourself back into the game. Key stops and then try to get out in transition for some easy ones.
Pass to Rogers. To the paint. Just his first attempt. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Bulls lead by 14. Well, Orlando shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. From the line. The offensive rebound. Watson kicks to Vucevic. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. The Bulls third.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Orlando with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Passes it to Jennings. They shoot again to the wing right side. Here's Hezonja. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Rogers against Jennings.
It's sticking too much.
Now here's Freak. Guarded closely. Gordon with the defensive effort.
And once he had to change his shot in the face of the D, you just had a feeling that one wasn't going to fall.
Rogers against Jennings. No good with the layup.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Bulls. They lead by 12. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. The Magic trail by 14. The feed to Sloan. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Payton against Rogers.
Move the ball.
Unloads from 13. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Rodgers has got 10.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
And stolen by Freak. That's good.